3 months off of my book buying ban and I have went a little bit insane. Hey folks, it's Abby and I have a ridiculous amount of books that I've brought in already in 2025. I'm looking at my TBR shelves. I need to stop. And I haven't even bought most of these, but I need to stop. I have far too many books that have come in the first 3 months of the year. So this is my giant haul. So I'm going to split it up into months. Let's start with January. So given that this is a quarterly haul, I am going to of course mention January. However, I did do a standalone January video for my book haul, so I am going to absolutely blast through these, and you can see up here the original video if you do want some more details. So we have The Sun Blessed Prince by Lindsey Byrd that I'm currently reading, I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman, Once Upon an Autumn and Once Upon a Summer, which is anthology collections, Four Ruined Realms by Corland, Wooing the Witch Queen by Stephanie Burgis, Somewhere Beyond the Sea by Klune, Service Model by Adrian Tchaikovsky, The True Queen by Zen Cho, Warrior Queens and Quiet Revolutionaries by Mosse, Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin, Mina and the Undead by McCaw, and The Song Rising, the author's preferred text by Samantha Shannon. And out of all of those, in April I am reading 1 and have only read 4. This is a problem. Now time for February. This one is the smallest, which is only fitting given it is the smallest month, and I have read 1 of these. First up is Planet Earth 3 by Matt Brandon, Michael Gunton and Jonny Keeling. This was a gift with purchase that my partner was able to get, and this was an option and he didn't want anything, so he got me it. I do want to read it at some point because I really enjoyed the Planet Earth 2 book, just haven't got around to it yet. Then the one book that I've read, and that is Shroud by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is a sci-fi book, my first sci-fi from him, even though he's predominantly known for sci-fi. People are flying around a moon wanting to extract its resources, but there's actually a living sentience on the moon, and this was actually really good, really interesting. I really enjoyed this one. Then Ultra Processed People by Tulleken. I had to grab this when I saw it in the supermarket. I wanted this for ages. I know I haven't read it yet, but it's something that sounds right up my alley for a great non-fiction, and I couldn't resist it. Another one I couldn't resist, and that is Overstory by Richie Powers. I have been intrigued by this book ever since 2018, where it was put on the Man Booker Prize long list, and I saw this in the charity shop and had to grab it because, yeah, I've wanted to read it for a long time. Then my order of Cursebound by Saara El-Arifi came in. This is number 18, because I somehow ended up with a very low number. This is the sequel and it's in the Goldsboro edition, so it's very pretty, but my bank account hurts. I really enjoyed Feybound. It wasn't my favourite book from Saara El-Arifi, but I enjoyed it, so I am looking forward to diving into book 2. And then The Manual for Good Wives by Lola. Jaye was sent to me by the wonderful folks over at Book Break. This one arrived ripped, sadly, and I've not had a chance to read this one yet, but hopefully I will do soon. Mrs. Copperfield, who is the epitome of Victorian proprietary, but instead of being a white upper-class Englishwoman, it's actually a black woman, and they aren't happy about that when they find out. Then we have March, which is another big collection of books. So, why is it I lift these up? Heavenly Tyrant by Jaye Zhao. This is the second book in the Iron Widow trilogy it's now going to be. How dare you make me wait for more. And both that and Just Stab Me Now by Jill Bearup were gifted to me by Carrie from Caring for Books. A finished copy of Wooing the Witch Queen by Stephanie Burgis. I know I don't need both, and yet the hoarder in me. Thank you again at Book Break for sending this one my way. And another one from Book Break, and that is Rose House by Arcady Martin. This was my first read from this author, even though I've had their main duology on my TBR for a year or so now. I really do need to get to that. The Dark Mirror by Samantha Shannon. I am so nervous to dive into this one. I'm hoping I will manage it in April, but if not, it'll be soon. This is going to tear my heart out, I just know it. Normally Weird and Weirdly Normal by Robin Ince. This is a non-fiction all about neurodiversity, primarily ADHD. I've read this one and I enjoyed it. This was sent to me by the folks over from Book Break. Thank you. I've actually got 3 more Book Break books in a row. First up we have A Crime Through Time by Amelia Blackwell. This just sounds so much fun. It's a time travel Jane Austen crime series. Sounds really good. Then another book that sounds right up my alley is The Second Chance Convenience Store by Kim Ho-yeon. And this is just a moving story of a woman fighting for community, the sort of thing that I love in my translated novels. And last but never least from Book Break, and that is The Ides of Gaza by Plessia Alakad. I've read this one and oh my gosh, this is a brilliant account of what is happening currently in Gaza. Highly, highly recommend. Then Carrie from Caring for Books again saw that I had read When the Moon Hits Your Eye, like a big pizza pie, that's amore. One day I'll stop doing that. And enjoyed it. It was my first book by John Scalzi, and there is one that involves cats, and this is Starter Villain by John Scalzi, and I am looking forward to delving into this one. Derek Landy once again made me angry with him with A Heart Full of Hatred. This is the 18th book in the Skulls Are Very Pleasant series, so I don't want to spoil it. I am excited for the next book. And then two books from Goldsboro that are continuations in series that I started when I had their Goldsboro Science Fiction Fantasy subscription. The first one is Ember Claw by L.R. Lamb, and the second is Where the Library Hides by Isabel Ibanez. This one is a dragon high fantasy, and this one is ancient Egyptian, and I don't know anything else because I haven't read the first one yet, but I will, and I'm excited to get to both of these. And this is my read stack for March, a little bit more reasonable, actually getting through some of these books. Oh, I have too many. And that's my quarterly haul. I was really not expecting it to be this many books, and now that I have seen them all stacked up, it makes more sense why my TBR doesn't seem to be going down. I was like, why is there no more space on my shelves? No. I'm not mentioning them here because dear fucking god, but I've also been reading a lot more ebooks lately, primarily NetGalley arcs, so that isn't helping either. I am reading and enjoying what I'm reading, but in terms of my aim of reading from my physical TBR, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so we shall see what this is like in the next 3 months and see where we're at then. Wish me luck. Let me know down below the most recent book that you have acquired. I have actually got more than what I've mentioned here because I'm filming this in April and I've got some this month. Wish me luck, because I need it to get through all of these books. But I'm very excited for all of them. Thank you so much for watching, folks. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit like and subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!